Love is patient, love is kind, it doesn't envy, it doesn't boast. It doesn't dishonor others or seek its own. It isn't easily angered or resentful. Love keeps no record of wrongs. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. It was a warm spring evening in Seoul, the kind when the air smelled faintly of blooming cherry blossoms and the city lights flickered like stars trapped on Earth. Jaemin sat alone on the rooftop of his tiny apartment, sketchbook resting on his lap. To the world, he was just another university student lost in the endless rush of lectures, part-time jobs, and city noise. But inside, he carried a secret of truth too heavy for him to share. He sketched Minho, his best friend, capturing the way the setting sun painted Minho's hair gold and the smile lines crinkling around his eyes. Jaemin had loved Minho since they were teenagers, but he hid his feelings behind friendship, burying his emotions deep within. But tonight, something felt different. Tonight, the city lights mirrored the turmoil in his heart. He had always found solace in art, in painting the world around him, losing himself in colors and textures. But tonight, his brush strokes were shaky, his usual control replaced by an aching need to express the emotions that threatened to consume him. With each stroke, he poured his heart onto the canvas, his secret love for Minho taking form in shades of longing and devotion. That night, his best friend Minho climbed the narrow staircase to the rooftop. Minho had been part of Jaemin's life since high school, a constant presence through laughter, exams, heartbreaks, and sleepless nights. He carried two cans of soda, tossing one toward Jaemin with that easy smile that always made his heart ache. Still drawing the sky, Minho asked, sitting down beside him. Jaemin nodded, flipping his sketchbook closed. He couldn't let Minho see what he had been drawing because it wasn't the sky, it was Minho's smile. For years, Jaemin had buried his feelings, afraid of what it might mean, afraid of the whispers, the judgment, the rejection. In Korea, traditions ran deep and expectations weighed heavy. He was supposed to focus on his studies, get a stable job, marry, and build a family. Loving Minho was never part of that script, but the heart rarely listens to rules. As weeks passed, their nights on the rooftop became more frequent. Sometimes they watched the stars, sometimes they joked about silly things, and sometimes they just sat in silence, the kind that felt safe. Every moment tested Jaemin's resolve, every accidental touch Minho's shoulder brushing his, their fingers grazing when they reached for the same soda made Jaemin's chest tighten. One evening, the city below was glowing brighter than ever, as if celebrating spring. Minho spoke softly, his voice trembling in a way Jaemin had never heard. Jaemin, have you ever hidden something so big, it feels like it might crush you? Jaemin froze, his heart pounded, wondering if Minho knew. He forced a smile, trying to brush it off all the time. Life's full of secrets. Minho turned to him, eyes shining with something deeper. What if the secret is about love? The world seemed to stop. The cars below, the hum of neon signs, even the cool breeze, all of it blurred as Jaemin met Minho's gaze. He wanted to say everything, but fear gripped him. Instead, he whispered, then maybe it's not meant to stay hidden forever. Days turned into nights, and the weight of their unsaid words grew heavier. Finally, one rainy evening, Jaemin couldn't hold it back anymore. They had taken shelter under a small street awning, rain pouring down around them like a curtain. His heart raced as he blurted out the truth. Minho, it's you. It's always been you. Minho's eyes widened, his lips parting in shock. For a moment, Jaemin wished he could take it back, wished he could disappear into the rain. But then Minho stepped closer. Do you know how long I've waited to hear you say that? Minho whispered. The world fell silent again, but this time it was different. Relief and warmth flooded Jaemin's chest as Minho reached out, taking his trembling hand. The rain fell harder, but it no longer mattered. In that moment, beneath the Seoul sky, they finally allowed themselves to be honest. Their love was not simple. It couldn't be. Whispers followed them at school, judgmental glances from strangers stung like invisible wounds. There were nights Jaemin cried, wondering if their happiness was selfish in a world that wanted them apart. But Minho was always there. No matter what they say, he told Jaemin, the sky above Seoul will always be ours. And under it, we don't have to hide. So they kept meeting on the rooftop, under the stars, under the city lights, under the endless sky. They laughed, they fought, they dreamed to souls refusing to let go, even when the world demanded they should. Their story wasn't perfect, but it was real. And sometimes real love is the bravest kind. But sometimes the world doesn't make it easy for those who dare to love against the current. One day, their secret was discovered, not by choice, but by cruel twist of fate. Their love became a headline, their faces plastered across news articles with titles that twisted their feelings into knots. Jaemin's parents confronted him, their disappointment cutting deeper than any harsh word. Minho's traditional family disowned him, leaving him with nothing but the clothes on his back and the love of Jaemin, who refused to let go. Overnight, their lives became a whirlwind of media scrutiny, public backlash, and hurtful comments that echoed with hate. Jaemin and Minho clung to each other, finding strength in their shared pain and determination to stay together despite the odds. In the midst of the storm, Jaemin found solace in his art once more. He painted his feelings, the fear, the anger, the hurt, and most importantly, the unwavering love for Minho that refused to be erased. Each stroke was a silent scream, a desperate plea for understanding in a world that seemed determined to tear them apart. One day, Jaemin decided to put his feelings into something tangible, a symbol of their love, a beacon of hope in the darkness. He began planning an exhibition, pouring his heart into showcasing his artwork, hoping to touch even a single person with his story. The exhibition was a success beyond Jaemin's wildest dreams. People connected with his art, with the rawness of his emotions laid bare on canvas. In the sea of faces, he saw understanding, empathy, and even admiration. It was a small step, but it gave him hope. Maybe their story could inspire others. Maybe it could plant a seed of acceptance in a society that was quick to judge. As for Minho, he channeled his energy into helping others, volunteering at LGBTQ centers, offering support groups for those who felt lost and alone. He became a voice for the voiceless, a testament to the power of resilience and selflessness. Together, Jaemin and Minho faced the world, their bond strengthened by their shared struggles and unwavering commitment to their cause. They didn't have much, but they had each other and their love, which in the end was all that truly mattered. Through it all, their love story continued to unfold beneath the Seoul sky, a testament to the enduring power of love in the face of adversity.